Hello, everyone. I am live with one of the most amazing people that I know. Today we have my dear friend, Larissa Martincic. Did I say it right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And Larissa is an intuitive numerologist. And if you're like, I don't even know what that is, we're going to let her take the floor and explain what she does, how she does it, and why she's so passionate about it. Larissa?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for having me. I mean, I'm honored to be in your group. First of all, I adore you. You inspire me. And every time I think, okay, I don't feel like making content, I'm like, what would Chrissy say? So, just I want you. That should be a shirt. What would Chrissy do? I got to get visible.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for opening up your community to me. And for those of you who are just new to spirituality or numerology, or you've never heard of this word, basically, a numerologist studies your birth chart based upon your birthday and your name. And we all have this unique numeric code that our birthday will reveal certain truths about ourselves, certain challenges, certain wisdom, life lessons that we're meant to live. And when we know this information and we can apply it to the year or apply it to the specific energy of the month or our goals, our businesses, all it is knowledge. Um, as an intuitive, I believe whenever I am working with someone, if anyone says to you, oh, this is what's going to happen, run the other way. Because when you are doing spiritual work, you are always in control. You always have the ability to adapt, adjust, to make changes. When someone like me comes in and reads your energy according to your soul's purpose and destiny, what I'm doing is showing you what's possible and what will go easier according to your life's destiny. And it is knowledge for you. And then you make the decision. Is this the time? Is this what I want? And together we create like this blueprint, this beautiful roadmap to spiritual alignment, not only in life, but in our business, because that is what we really seek. So that is what I do. It's been a pleasure having hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of clients all over the world. Um, and some of them have been celebrities, so that has been fun. But the greatest joy that I have is when the aha moment comes. And for all of a sudden, my client sees themselves for who God designed them for, who they're supposed to be, not for who they think they should be, who their mother thinks they should be, or their sister, not for their failures or their shortcomings, but all of a sudden they see this potential that was given to them before birth. And it's powerful.
I love that. I love that. So, and I'm sure you've heard this before when people say, like, can you tell the future? Or you like a fortune teller? What is your response to that?
So I could read your best future and the energy that matches it. As an intuitive, it's a fancy, sexy word for psychic. The difference between a medium and a psychic is a medium is the middle person between the departed and the living. And a psychic is someone who's reading your future potential, your energy, your blocks. Where is the next best step for you to go? So basically, the psychic is leading you to the best path with the most ease and the most joy. So, yes, can I tell you your future? I can tell you what is the best path, but only you can take the step.
I love that you said the best future potential, or you use the word potential. Like, I
Yeah.
love that because at the end of the day, I'm assuming you're saying we all have a choice, right?
Yes.
We all have our own will and we can make decisions. And basically, where we're at is the result of those decisions that we've made, right?
And I would never tell you anything negative or
Right.
harmful, or so everything I do is for positive, empowering decisions. Now, in numerology, there's duality. So I don't like to say good and I don't like to say bad. I say best possible timeline option, highest vibration, highest energy, the best match, and a lower level frequency. And both of them are very valuable. Sometimes you have to sit in the lower where the contrast is, where the communication breakdowns are, so that you can get very clear about what you want. Because when we have that contrast of why we're not happy, then we can decide, get clarity for what we do want. So there's like a yin and a yang. It's not
Mhm.
good or bad. And when we understand the triggers for each of our soul's destinies. So, Chrissy, you and your birthday and your name, you have very specific triggers that will bring you into a lower vibration. If I can teach you that, you're never going to avoid it. It's not going to go away. But you could say, wait a second, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way. I'm in my lower energy. Now I can pull myself out because Larissa's given me these tools. So they're like the red flags for your own energy.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So how did you get started? You're this mom who lives in New York City or New York,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in
and you have
Queens.
3 kids and 2 fur babies. Like, how did this land on you?
So it's interesting. All my life, I was always that deep spiritual sister, the friend that just knew stuff. And I didn't know what any of this was. And it wasn't something that, I guess was as easily available to the teens of today.
Mhm.
But I always had a sixth sense, a gut instinct, intuition. I had the privilege and honor of coming from a huge Italian family, and we would have Sunday sauce together. And I had an aunt, she's still living, she's 94. She's a great aunt. She's not practicing anymore, but she was a master professional numerologist. She was a professor of numerology. She taught it. She had clients all over Manhattan. And I was always drawn to her. So my father and her were very close, and they would have these spiritual conversations. So it kind of opened me up. I grew up in a Catholic church, going to Catholic school. So this was not something that was ever presented to me other than my aunt. But I guess because it was her, it wasn't scary to me. And as I grew, and my sister was like, yeah, whatever. But I was like, oh my God, Aunt Rita, tell me more. Like I was just so drawn to her, and she taught me. And then I started to bring my friends to her. I would be 16. I'm like, Aunt Rita's going to do your numbers. You should break up with him. Aunt Rita said to break up with that boy. He's no good. And then it grew and grew until I finally started to use the numbers for my own life. And that is when she saw, okay, she always knew my chart had it in me to do
Mhm.
this work, but she'll never force it. We don't force it. I had to come to her. So finally, after the passing of my father, which was about 10 years ago, it threw me into this spiritual like quest. And I went to her and I started to use numerology for healing. And every Sunday I would bring her bagels and she would teach me. And then it wasn't though for years later did I always talk about this. So my husband says you are the most like boring person because all you talk about is TikTok and numerology. So so if you go out to dinner with me, we are talking about one of those things. It is happening. It is happening. I'm not a big drinker, but I want to get a shirt that says, because now if I go out and I have a cocktail, people will ask me questions at parties, and I'm like, I don't drink and guide. So like, if I have a cocktail in my hand, I'm not
That's good.
guiding anybody. But anyway, so I started sharing this on Facebook, just very innocently. And within one post, it was 10 people. Then it led to 20 people. And then it was more communities. And 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I went to TikTok, and now I have just about 500,000 followers, which is insane.
It is insane, but it's just a testament to what you have done and what you're bringing people and how you're supporting people. Like, and not that she loves this, but Larissa, how many people are impersonating you right now?
So if you go on to TikTok or Instagram and you type in goddess giving, because all my socials go by goddess giving, which there's meaning behind that. That was a message that was given to me by my guides. And it said, you have to give to the goddesses. And then I turned it into goddess giving. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fake accounts with my face, my videos, and there's nothing I can do about it. So if you're new to me, I have one account. I am public, and I will never ever seek out and like I will never come into your inbox to even say, hey, if you have time for a reading, message me. It goes against my spiritual teaching. And I'll if I can just share this, Chrissy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was taught that a true spiritual healer, professional, has to be of service and has to be ready so that when you're ready, I receive you. So I cannot seek you out because then it's not worth what it's supposed to be. The exchange is off. You have to come to me and I will meet you with open arms.
I love that. I love that. So you're not going around giving like basically unsolicited guidance.
No.
I love that.
It
I love
goes
that.
against spirit. Like, I may come up to you and let's say we're at a party. I might sense something. It is not okay for me to read you or do any type of energy work without your permission.
So
It's free will.
like, are you ever in the grocery store? I know none of us, we all do grocery delivery now, but like in a store, in a situation where you just like feel some and you just literally want to hug them, like because you feel something.
Yes, I have had that happen many of times, and I will go up to people and I'll offer a compliment. And if the conversation starts, then I can extend it. In my earlier years, I kind of went against my teachings,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a message from a younger woman as we were in line together. And when I put the information out, she went into like panic mode to the point where I was like, okay, this is not a conversation that can take place in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I left this woman on a cliffhanger and it wasn't good. So I gave her my number. I was like, call me when you leave here. And I swore I would never do that again because you have to be ready for this information. You have to be open to receiving it. If someone just throws it at you, you're like, what was that? You know, like, what's something wrong? So I do see a lot of healers on TikTok. They'll do readings and that works for them. For me, I like to keep it um, very elegant. I like to have more of this conversation. That I just love the conversation for clarity, and that can't happen with yes or no questions or things like that.
Right, right. And it's just part of who you are and it's how you're differentiating yourself from other people. And I love that. That's the
Right.
values that you have in your business, just like anybody else would have values in their business. So I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So another reason I wanted to bring Larissa on is Larissa does some things and we're in a mastermind together. And she talks about like the upcoming months and like things that we should be taking advantage of, things we shouldn't be doing. And so I wanted to make sure that we had time for that. So if you are
Absolutely.
wondering what to do with June, Larissa is about to lay it out for you. And I'm so
Okay.
excited to hear this.
No, like buckle up, get a pen, let's go. So here we are. You have to understand everyone has personal energy and everyone has universal energy. So today I'm discussing the universal energy that is affecting all of us. That's all the zodiac signs, everyone. In the year of 2022, it's a year of taking responsibility for what you have and what you don't. It's taking responsibility for your where your soul lives, right? Your body, your mind, your business, and it's rebuilding a new system, a new quote unquote house. Okay.
Yeah.
You are here this year. And let's just face it, the last 6 months have been rough. May was extremely intense. If that's true for you, let me know in the comments. But you are supposed to find new relationships that support you, deepen the relationships you currently have, and like filter out all the stuff that does not engage or support your highest good. Many of you have experienced relationship breakups, whether it be friends or social media, whatever it be in your business, hiring. It had to go, all right? Because what's happening is you are literally building your people, your community, your base for success. So now we are in the month of May. May was intense, lots of changes, lots of this energy of kind of like speed and momentum. Things were happening quick. When we get into the month of June, this is the month that I want you to think of every C word you can possibly think of. It is the month for you to become the creative, expressive communicator. You must have the courage. You must find cooperation, community, connection, clarity. Creativity is going to be coming in hot. Like, you are going to be on a sensory overload. But the whole point of June is that you are creating these connections that support the life you truly desire for fun. Okay. Yes, you're building a business and everyone should have a successful business. But if you're not having fun, none of this matters. So there has to be this month where You say, okay, am I enjoying my circle? Am I enjoying my people? You have to stop, excuse my language, half-assing it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been showing up this much, and this is the time where your angels and your guides are saying, okay, listen, we've been trying to push you off of that ledge. We've been trying. We need you to leap. We need you to step up, stand out, take a fresh start, new beginnings. It's okay if you didn't have clients last month. It's okay if you don't have an email list last month. You're going to do it now, because your mission for the first time in all of 2022 is going to become so super clear. The vision of who you are and what you need to do and how you need to be serving is coming in with new energy. So what does that mean? What do I do? You have to do everything new this month. What Like, I'm not saying you have to abandon your old skills, but you have to try new things. You're being a gift of clear sight. You're being given the gift of stimulation and inspiration. And that is not going to come from old energy. All right. So you have to take action. Um, it's like your emotional dreams. You know how, like, emotionally, you've just been wanting certain things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what's coming into balance. It's going to be a softer month. It's going to be a more like, oh, like all of a sudden, my mind and my body and my soul and my messaging is going to be connected. So you have to understand two things. This is the month to get clear on the vision, clear on your business goals, clear on your intentions. However, these intentions are going to get rooted very, very deeply, but they will take time. So if they're not here showing face and surfacing by June 22nd, you cannot get upset. Some of these things are going to take time, but what's happening is it's more important that this month you're almost making a statement to your subconscious mind of who you are. So, for example, I started referring to myself as the queen of numerology. Am I the queen of numerology? I don't know. But I am telling the universe, I am creating this language that will be supported. All right. So, whatever you do this month in June for your business will have lasting effects for the rest of the year. So, you have to be dedicated to it.
I love this. And when you're sitting there talking, I don't know if you saw the question I asked in our Click 7 group, but it has been on my mind to shut my Instagram down and start a new Instagram fresh. Say goodbye to 10,000 plus followers. It's uncomfortable, but just start fresh with people that are aligned with me, not the people that were aligned with me back in 2016. And so it's like when you said that, I was like, oh, this
Well,
is good.
here's what I want to say to you.
Okay.
Starting fresh does not mean we shut the doors of the old. It just means we need a new channel, a new
Mm-hmm.
messaging platform, a new area to create new conversations. So if anybody has similar feelings to like what Chrissy's saying, which I feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a free community, and I'm almost like I just want to start fresh. Here's what I'm going to do, and I hope that it supports you.
Okay.
Instead of shutting down a community that I think is no longer serving to its best of its abilities. But that's just my opinion, right? There
Mm-hmm.
might be people in there that are relying on that.
Right.
I'm going to create a new spot to create different types of teachings so that if those people who are really active or are part of that community want this new energy, they can come into that. I
Love
would not shut the door. It's not a month of endings. It's a month where we're creating change.
Right.
We're creating new outlets for more conversations and expression. So, Chrissy, this is the month where you have to find the freedom to express yourself. Does that help you a little bit?
Yeah, no, it totally helped. And one of the I have been creating more activating content. So you guys are getting this real time right now. So I have been really trying to create more activating content, and that's another reason it was on my mind. Like, and I wouldn't like delete the account. I would leave it there.
Yes.
But it's just like, I want to activate a different person. And I want to play with, I want to do that creative kind of playing with my audience kind of thing. That's what
100% supported. Yeah. Go for it. So when I tell you to go for it, you have the green light. That channel may not ever hit the 10,000 within the next 21 days. But that channel, because you're standing in your authenticity, will give you more of a reward than the other channel. Okay. And that's what this is all about. Yeah. Who is Larissa? Who is Chrissy? And you know, Chrissy, I don't know about your community, and I'm sure it's safe to say that as entrepreneurs, we always feel like we need to be doing more. We're not doing enough, that we need to give and give and give. I want everyone to imagine if they were sitting down and all they could do was breathe out. Let's just try that. Like, you wouldn't last more than a few minutes. Eventually, you're just going to run out of air. Like, right. You cannot just breathe out. And that is what it means to be a content creator. In 2022, we are just giving and giving and giving and giving. And this month is not about giving more. It's about breathing in, holding space for who you truly are, the good, the bad, the imperfections, accepting yourself in its entirety, right? And giving what feels good to you. It's finally creating content and conversations and offers that speak to your soul, not your customers. And I honestly, and maybe you could argue with me on this because maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. I'm at the point on TikTok, I've got 500,000 followers. You say, okay, that's great, but it never feels like enough. And now I'm trying to create content for TikTok, for virality and for, likes and follows. And I'm telling you right now, as business owners, if you go down that rabbit hole, you are going to burn out. You might even shut your entire business down, because if you're constantly giving and giving and giving for other people to say yes or no, you're giving away your value. Yes. This is the month to create what speaks to you, what makes you happy. Yeah. Right? That's it.
Yeah. And I say this all the time. If you're not happy on a platform, get off of it, because it's evident to everyone. So that goes so much aligned with what you said. So because we are talking about being content creators, because you are like the bomb on TikTok, and so many of, obviously everybody watching and listening they're creating mostly their own content. What kind of content would you share this month? Do you have any ideas of what you're going to do for June?
Yes. So one of the powerful energies that are being supported right now is writing, journaling, affirmations, things like that, because it's the need to express. So when I say expression, a lot of people think of artistic abilities, drawings, writing, things like that. But it could be in the written form. It could be verbal storytelling. It's about standing in this ability to create a message that supports somebody else. So what am I doing, right? I am really going back into what numerology is, how it can support you, but I'm also going into more ways that you can create spiritual alignment in a simple way. So I'm going to go into like more of like a series, like 21 days to align your soul. And then I'm going to give journal prompts and things like that. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So one of the things you said was you were talking about like having fun and enjoying the process. What do you think this is also aligned with, like showing your audience more of who you are, like putting yourself out there?
Yeah. So a lot of times I feel like I need to be perfect, and there is no perfect. We all, want to appear a certain way. And I think the thing with TikTok especially is that the more professional you try to be, I think it has a negative effect.
It does.
TikTok is raw. TikTok is real. They want you. They do not care that you have a New York accent. I'm going to share a story.
Okay.
Before TikTok, obviously, it was Facebook Live. Trembling to push that live button because I say coffee and I say water and dog. And I have this New York accent, and who's going to take me seriously? And I sound funny, and I'm too old, and I have a wrinkle on my head. And I remember feeling that I couldn't do it, and I was paralyzed. And then I was like, screw it. And I just pushed that button, and I showed up as Larissa, and people fell in love with me. They fell in love with how much I cared about them. I honestly think that if you can convert and convey messages of support, love, and hope, that you're really trying to help another person and not just have people consume your content, that you're really coming from a place of service, then you will be super successful. And success is not in the numbers. It's that somebody received that message and maybe they didn't give up that day. Maybe they hugged their kids and were better mother or a better spouse because of your message. So if you don't know what to post and you don't know what to create something that serves another soul for inspiration, for connection, for conversation.
I love that and that statement that you made, because every time I have somebody who has an issue with getting on video, I say, if you could change somebody's day, a moment in their life, you could change their life, you could change a minute in their day, and you could make it better, would you get on video? Nobody to this day has told me no. And I think as women, we're so much more, we're able to do stuff for other people more than we are for ourselves. So if we put it out there, like, I'm here to serve you, and we think of it in that aspect, we'll always get on video for somebody else, which I think is interesting.
You know what's interesting? And maybe you felt this way too. So I didn't create numerology. I didn't create spirituality and psychics and angels and all this. So I felt like, well, I can't do this. It's already been done.
Yeah.
And here's what I need everyone to understand. The month of June is saying it hasn't been done by you.
Yes.
And you need to be that messenger, because
Mm-hmm.
your message is someone's miracle. And that miracle might just be what they were searching for. I have people who have messaged me, because of you, thank you, I was able to get pregnant. Because of you, I wanted to go on another day. My husband is very supportive of me, but listen, it takes a lot to be like, yeah, my wife's, that this is who she is. So a lot of times I will do this, and I will do it in my living room. I don't have an office right now, so my family is like walking around me a lot of times when I'm doing readings. And I was on a TikTok live, and I was just speaking. I was doing a reading, and this woman says, "You saved my life." And I said, "Oh," like it like caught me off guard. Like I caught it, and I said, "I'm sorry." And she said, "Because of you, I found hope again. And I need to tell you that ever since I found you, I no longer think about taking my own life." And I started crying. My husband comes over, and the conversation, the all the text is going, and he was like, wow. Like, so does it matter that I have a 500,000 followers? Nope. I saved that woman's life, and I
Yeah.
will never forget it as long as I live.
That is a powerful why right there. That, like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And I'm like you guys. I started with zero. I had no
Yeah.
followers. I had no Instagram. I had no clients. I drove a minivan for 14 years, and I was a soccer mom, who just had this calling inside of her, that I was meant for more, that I was supposed to do more in the world, that I had greatness like locked up inside of me. And I just felt this incredible need and push that if I didn't do this now, that I would look back and say, you could have been so great. Like, what could have happened? So
Yeah.
I believe that everybody here in this community who's being led by Chrissy, because she's a superstar, one, you're in good hands. And two, if you can do something new this month that allows you to have more conversations, to get yourself out there more. And it's going to have a huge impact on your soul. The other thing is, and I've got to say this, I don't know who's married, who's in a relationship, who's looking for love. Anybody? We have to go there. Okay. Because what's all this success and money if we don't have a little love, right? This is the month. Not only is this the month, if it's not this month, then we got to wait, then August. Now, does that mean you can't find love in July? No, but it's being supported this month and August. It's going to be a higher energy for love. If you are in a current relationship, a long-term relationship, you need to have a fresh start. You've been like two ships kind of passing in the night. We need to date again. We need to go out. We need to go out with other couples and try to bring that fun back into that relationship. If you are single, get ready to mingle because it is happening this month. Get yourself out there, get that dating profile, do it. You will thank me come August. Don't say I didn't tell you.
This is good. This is so good. Drop in the comments how you guys are feeling, because I know we have some gave me goosebumps hearing you say that. That honestly relieves a lot of pressure. Create what resonates with you. So a lot of people are commenting and enjoying that. So I have to ask you this question, because I ask anybody that I interview or that I bring on this question. What has visibility and video done for your business?
What has it not? Forget the financial piece of it. Actually being able to earn an income to do this professionally. Like, there was a point in my life, I was a teacher, a classroom teacher, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was going to go back into the classroom. But I knew that I needed to do this. And I said to my husband, if I can earn X amount of dollars, are we okay with that? And I went for it, and I've tripled it. So that's number one. It allows me to do this professionally, to do what I love, what I live for. Like, I don't care if I won the lotto, or should I say when I win the lotto, I will still do this. I will never not do this. I'll just do it from a really big mansion. However, so it's given me purpose. It's given me clarity. It's given me meaning. My children look at me in a way like, I don't want to say they weren't proud of me before, but they're like, Mom, like, you really are doing good in the world. Like, I feel like I'm leaving my mark, and visibility has changed the game, because every time I go quiet, my sales go down. Every time I get visible, my sales go up. Now, when I say sales, that's fine and good, but really it is about the connections. So just an example, I went to go get my nails done with my daughter, who's 15. Now, this is a funny story. I'm at the nail salon, and this woman is sitting in front of me in the pedicure chair. She's getting her nails done, and she keeps looking at me. Now, I could get a little like, come on, like, why are you looking at me? Like, and she's talking to her friend in another language, and it is very clear that they are talking about me. And at first, like, my aggressiveness was like, what? And then I'm like, wait a second, Larissa, you do have 500,000 followers. Like,
yeah,
maybe she's a fan. Like, maybe she's a follower. So I kind of gave her like a lovingly, openly, love and light smile,
Mm-hmm.
And as I got up from the chair to go get my nails done, she goes, excuse me, are you on TikTok? And I said, yes, I am. She goes, I have been following you for 2 years. You have completely inspired me. You've changed my life. I had a reading with you, and I have never been the same since that reading. What has visibility done for me? It's done all of that, because had I only remained doing parties or events, I am stuck. I have clients in Ireland. I have clients in, Europe, all over the world. It's just, I look at it like an exciting time to be alive, because I wake up and I'm like, let's see who I'm going to talk to today. Oh, wait, you're in Hawaii. Oh, wait, you're in Iowa. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And all of these people have become my friends. So in my community, I've never physically met these women, but I love them. Like, I care about them. I was feeling alone in my journey as an entrepreneur, and visibility gave me that community.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So if you guys have any questions for Larissa, drop them in the comments. If I see them before we're done, she'll answer them, or she'll come back in and answer them. But if you guys want Larissa to come back in July or the end of June to give us some July knowledge
Yes.
on what to do and what not to do in our business, make sure you let us know. And then Larissa, where can my audience find you? Where can they follow you? And do you have anything else you want to share with them?
Sure. So my website is thegoddessgiving.com. So you can go check that out. I always ask, obviously, you can subscribe to my newsletter. I do a free monthly numerology report that you'll get sent to you. You could also book readings and that. But on my socials, I'm Goddess Giving. So I'd love your support there. I did tell Chrissy that if anybody decides they want to have their own charts or any readings or any opportunities, if you put Chrissy in the comments, I will give you a 10% off whatever the booking is, just for being part of her community. And I look forward to that. I have a free community, I have a paid community, but really, if you need me, you could find me, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, just find the right one.
Find the right one. And yeah, I will never message anybody. So I will say this though, be prepared. If you go and follow me on TikTok and you go and follow me on Instagram, you're going to get Goddess Giving requested to follow you back. It's not me. And I'll tell you why. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think that, I'm too good to follow people. I do this to protect you so that you know it's not me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't follow you because if you want a reading, I like to have total, like a blank slate. So I feel like professionally, I need to be somebody who's like, totally neutral to your life.
I love that. I love that. That's so good. So good. So, okay, make sure you connect with Larissa. TikTok, Instagram is where she's at the most.
Yeah.
And follow the right one. And if you have a question about that, I'll make sure I edit the comments, and we'll drop all of her links so that you have access to those. And anything else you want to leave us with today, Larissa?
Yes, I want to leave you with this. If I told you for the next 30 days that you're going to be able to have more freedom for fun, and the reason why is because July is not going to be a very freeing month. July will be a very kind of structured, boxed in month where you're going to be confined, maybe feeling like you can't go right, you can't go left, like kind of not stuck, but responsibilities to your time, your family, it's going to be very filled in. So June is a month of more freedom to just kind of go with the flow, have a little more fun, social gatherings. So I want you to understand that. So do it now, because you're going to get more inspiration, more creativity, and more downloads when you are living in that free energy. So don't feel bad to go to the beach. Don't feel bad taking a day off to go out for lunch. If you can't get out of the house and have these lunch dates or go see one of your friends, pick up the phone. This is the month where you have to get back into those connections. Network, 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 network.
I love this. I love this. Thank you so much, Larissa. I cannot wait to have you back for my audience. Make sure you drop questions. Let us know what you thought about Larissa coming on today, or if you have more questions about the whole June that she told you to prepare for. But thank you so much. I appreciate it so much, my friend.
Bye. Thank you.
If I can end the broadcast, live video.